Good morning, and thank you for joining us for our conversations on success and style. In this series, we hope to introduce you to several successful women who are going to share their story and their secrets to their success and happiness. Today, we introduce you to my friend, Ella Patterson, and I can't wait to chat with her about what success and style means to her. So you are a landscape designer,
Yes.
landscape artist.
Thank you.
Please tell me, how did you get started in that area, in that career?
It was something that took a moment to unfold in my professional career. I began my journey as a law student, and I spent about 18 months studying law in central Pennsylvania. And while doing so, maintained my sketchbook, of course, and also maintained a list of law that I did not want to practice. And it was really starting to boil down to that my primary interest was in property. I was starting to actually lean a little bit towards real estate, but then as I continued to explore those possibilities, was really finding myself drawn to what I now consider exquisite design.
That is so fascinating, law to landscape. How did you get your training?
So the training was really done by doing. And for me, I really found myself drawn towards more artistic expression from the very start of my study at landscape architecture at West Virginia University, but also having grown up very close to the mountains and also very close to falling water, I was able to dive right in with appropriate connections at WVU. I was awarded an internship at Falling Water. I was supported by local nurserymen who had also given me the opportunity, so lifelong family friends that had allowed me to come and essentially learn at their property, at their nurseries, and assist clients that walk through the door. And I will admittedly say, fumbled around quite a bit till I really started to understand the form and the expression that each of these unique materials had.
How amazing. Falling Water happens to be one of my favorite places.
It's amazing. That's why.
So beautiful.
Yes.
The aesthetic is just amazing. So
Yes.
quiet, organic, and
Yes.
Inspiring.
Yes.
Tell me, please, what is your greatest achievement to date that you feel?
I would have to say the greatest achievement to date is my work at Nemacolin Woodlands Resort. Undoubtedly, that allowed a whole new level of expression, both personally and professionally. It allowed me to work within the framework of an amazing team. Many of the achievements here within the landscape, within the site, also within the architecture, are done in a way that is done nowhere else that I've encountered. So really the magic of that is the client themselves, Maggie Hardy and the family, the client of Nemacolin as an individual entity, and then just bringing that all together is truly an amazing thing.
Well, this amazing playground continually inspires me. I've been coming here for 15 years now,
Yes.
and every single visit is an inspiration. So please tell me a little bit about this project that I remember actually a couple of years ago. I was staying here. It was February.
Yes.
And all I could see was there was a crew moving heaven and earth in front of the chateau.
Absolutely.
And I was wondering what in the world was going on there because it was beautiful already. And I was told that there was an amazing project going on, and I didn't know you then.
No, not at all. And really, that was quite a turning point for myself professionally as well as personally. We first were introduced to the project in January. And rather intimidating, I will say, at the corporate headquarters of 84 Lumber, with, of course, Maggie and her father at the head of the table, Mr. Joe Hardy. And you're in this room with well-established professionals and architects, engineers, earth movers, people in the construction industry that really saw a young girl at that time from literally right down the road in Uniontown coming to the table and then being given an opportunity to complement their efforts of design at now warp speed to manifest a project within about 6 weeks.
I'm so incredibly inspired by the fact that you were given a chance.
Yes.
Tell me about the inspiration for that entrance.
The inspiration was Maggie herself. The few moments that we did have with her prior to that meeting, she had used the phrase aspirational elegance, which we held on to and made part of our vision boards and our design conceptual boards, and really brought that through. And the inspiration for that, much like she was empowering and inspiring myself and my team, that one day we could think bigger. And she wanted to invite people, whether they were wealthy or not, to be able to aspire to a type of elegance that Nemacolin would lead the way in. So we took that to heart and created initially the concept for transitioning. So coming off of the journey along historic Route 40, turning into the property, but also seeing it as you might pass by. Maybe just that hint of something, whether it's the chateau up on the hill with the right angle, or how the plants and the composition work, that would allure and attract and eventually invite people to turn onto the property and start to discover something greater.
Magic.
Magic.
You created magic.
Thank you.
So I know you are very inspired by a community. Tell me a little bit about your community project. I know that
Yes.
you are so driven to continue that project.
Yes, so I'm involved in community work in Brownsville, Pennsylvania. So it is a small Rust Belt town at one time, and infamously was noted to be greater than Pittsburgh. So at the position at the turn of the century, with the emergence of industry, coal, coke, and steel, Brownsville was up and coming. And not only with that, but my immigrant grandmother and her family from Eastern Europe found a home there and really was able to thrive in that environment. And fast forward about 75 years later, the town has become the epitome of Rust Belt fallout. So the removal of industry, the flight of people outside looking for other opportunities, and again, just adding to this depressive nature of this area. Again, design and placemaking, strong identity, and really finding that this community that lives here is as strong as it ever was, but being told time and again that they are less than just because of circumstances that were largely out of their control has left them in a situation that now they are ready to stand up and they are ready to fight. And we found that by literally taking shovels to the street and cleaning up dirt and debris and trash. Found some really fun stuff in the gutters, but started with planting flowers and cleaning up the streets. And now we're having some really exciting conversations that are bringing together community leaders, state leaders, representatives also from the federal government are starting to come in and really take note to what we're doing. And that is continuing to evolve. So it's fun. And again, that intimacy of connection, understanding a place, understanding how to give life and a voice, not my voice, but I'm a vehicle and a mirror for something that is already there.
Incredible. So I always believe that beauty will save the world.
Yes.
What do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, that beauty reveals the beauty that's within us. So if we are able as humans to make connections to a beautiful piece of art as we're surrounded by them, or to a place, a piece of architecture, to the outdoors, to nature, to something small, to something grand, we now have a common language. And that common language starts to break down preconceived divisions of nationality, identity, and all of those things that we often cling to, mostly out of fear or insecurity with mostly ourselves, but allow then the beauty to shine forth and a new language and a new start to happen.
You're just about a tweet a minute, allowing beauty to shine forth.
Thank you.
On your website, I read Exquisite Moment. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, you hashtag everything,
Yes.
Exquisite Moment. So I'm very curious, what was your exquisite moment?
For me, the exquisite moment is really taking all of these things that we're talking about, recognizing beauty, intricacy, design, connections, relationships, moments that inspire, and realizing that that happens more often than it does not. And for me, an exquisite moment is just taking that time, taking that breath, almost like a meditation, to realize how special and how unique something truly is. So for me, drawing that attention to things that either catch my eye, drawing that attention to things that have been manifest in design or in expression, and just really drawing forward that every day has the potential for an exquisite moment.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. How do you define success?
Success for me means having a balanced work ethic and a balanced interior. So, I've had moments where I've had, extreme financial success. I've had moments where I've really struggled to rub two nickels together, and usually find myself somewhere in between. So success just isn't monetary. Success for me is not forcing in my personal relationships, not forcing in my creative endeavors, and kind of finding a balance for all of that, and also finding that moment to still have that authentic voice be true. That's success.
I hope you enjoyed our conversation with Laura Patterson. Start writing your own success story. Follow your heart, stay authentic, and allow your path unfold in front of you.